Okay. westbound to Tunney's Pasture. À l'ouest vers Tunney's Pasture. Next station, Leeds. Prochaine station, Leeds. Vers Tunney's Pasture. Next station, Rideau. Byward Market. Prochaine station, Rideau. Marché 5.
It's my general review of the new OC Transpo LRT line, the Confederate line, or Line 1. In terms of the speed of service, it is a pretty fast-moving service. The frequency is good. It's about every 5 minutes that a train comes. I believe it's might be even more frequent than every 5 minutes during rush hour. And I think it runs from Monday to Thursday from 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. Fridays, 5 a.m. to 2 a.m., I believe. Saturday, I think it might be 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. And Sunday, I think it's maybe 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. or something like that. You can check the hours for sure on their website. But it runs anywhere from, I think, anywhere from about 19 to 21 hours a day, depending on the day of the week. It serves 13 stops. So the westernmost stop is Tunney's Pasture. The easternmost stop is Blair. And it's basically those 12 or 13 stops. They used to be serviced by a BRT, or Bus Rapid Transit System, but they decided to build this new LRT, or light rail transit system. So it gets you across Ottawa pretty quickly between Tunney's Pasture and Blair. But some of my complaints about it, they've had a lot of growing pains, big time. Like, first of all, it's been delayed several times opening. It finally did open in September of 2019, and they had lots of problems with it. I heard about things like major delays on the system, where a train would get held up at a station for a very lengthy period of time because one of the doors on the train wouldn't close. I've heard about signal problems as well, too, causing delays on the system. Heard about a power failure, I think it was on New Year's Eve, that caused the system to shut down and caused a very lengthy delay on the system, if I'm not mistaken. I've heard about trains breaking down. And one of the issues that I actually experienced myself this morning on the system, I was taking a train this morning, I'd say, I don't know, maybe around 7:30 a.m. this morning. I'd say it was approximately minus 5 degrees Celsius outside, which is about 23 Fahrenheit. And I don't know if the heater on this particular train was broken or just wasn't turned on or was just very inefficient. But this particular train, it felt about as cold as an outdoor bus shed that you stand in to wait for the bus. It was freaking cold in there. Like, the temperature must have been the single digits. And every single time the doors opened, you just froze. Another criticism I have of this train as well, too, like, they've had so many problems and so many growing pains with these trains, and apparently I think this is the first rapid transit system in Canada to use this particular type of train. Why did they not use trains that have been used in other Canadian cities before? Like, I'm thinking maybe using the same type of LRT trains that they use in Calgary or Edmonton, because they've had LRT systems in those two cities since the 1980s. Why not use the same type of trains that they use in those cities that are tried, tested, and true, instead of trying out a brand new train that, to the best of my knowledge, has never been used in Canada before? And talking about heat, I've read some issues. They do have heating problems in some of those trains. I've read about some of those trains being as cold as 7 degrees Celsius or 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Absolutely unacceptable. They need to Yeah, they need to work out the kinks. Hurry up and work out the kinks. Like, it might just be growing pains, but I would say if they continue to have the amount of problems that they do have with this system, maybe just shut it down and just go back to using the BRT system. Like, I personally didn't see a problem with the bus rapid transit system. They could have just increased capacity on there, added a few more buses at times when it was busy. As a matter of fact, they could even use, I've seen single articulated buses in Canada that are 60 feet long or 18 meters long. And they use double-decker buses as well, too, that are 40 feet long or 12 meters long with 2 floors on them. Why not try using double articulated buses? I haven't seen any double articulated buses in Canada so far. Double articulated bus, they can range anywhere from 80 to 100 feet long, which is approximately 24 to 30 meters long. And it can carry a lot more people than a regular bus, obviously, but in the configuration of a bus. Like, I don't really know. All in all, I would consider Ottawa's transit system, OC Transpo, to be a fairly good system. But like any other system out there, there's ways that they can improve it. And I really wonder how much investigation and studying they did before opening up this new LRT system. We'll see what happens over time. Hopefully they work the bugs out. If they work the bugs out of this system, then it could actually turn out to be a pretty good system. And that's my review and thoughts and experience riding Ottawa Transit or OC Transpo's new LRT system.